taking the back from the turtle position. My hip is tight to his hip. One arm is underneath, grabbing his forearm or wrist. I pull him over to his side. Once I pull him to his side, I bring my other arm across his clavicle, putting my hooks in. I open up the collar, feeding my hand deep in the collar for the choke. I grab the other collar and I pull for the finish. Once again, my hip is tight to my opponent's hip. My other hand is posted out as one hand grabs his wrist. I pull him to his side. I put my hooks in. I take my arm across his clavicle. The other arm is underneath his arm. I open up the collar. I feed my hand deep in the collar. I grab across and I finish for a choke. The next variation is by using the lapel. I open up the lapel. I pass it off to my far hand, pulling it across his body. I take my forearm across his hip and I pull him over using his lapel. This is if I cannot get a hold of his wrist or his forearm. I open up the collar. I feed my hand in the collar. Once I feed my hand deep, like I said, I grab across and I finish by pulling for the choke. Our next one is really good if you don't have a gi on or your person is turtled up really tight. You can't get underneath his hip to grab his arm or the material. I grab his ankle. The hip is tight to his body. I pull him over. I take my hand across his throat. Now we're going to do a different choke where I do like a gable grip. My hand is turned upside down and I pull my forearm across his neck and finish with a choke.